English lesson for Wednesday the 20th of January. We are going to follow each step so that you know exactly what you are doing. If you do want to work independently, you can just work from the worksheet, but you must complete all of the steps and all of the tasks. So number 1, on the next clean page in your books, write today's date and learning objective. Wednesday the 20th of January, to write a non-chronological report. Pause this video now and do that in your books. Now we are going to do our warm-up. So we are going to practice the paragraphs below from our Frilled Gozer story map. We have paragraphs 1, 2 and 3, and you should have internalised these by now. You can pause the video and use the YouTube. You can pause and practice on your own, or you can pause or you can continue and do it aloud with me now. Okay. The Frilled Gozer lizard. Amazingly, the Frilled Gozer lizard is a rare form of lizard that can only be found in the tropical Madagascan rainforest. Madagascar, which is an island country on the southeast coast of Africa, has one of the most diverse collections of plants and trees on Earth, and therefore provides the perfect habitat for these mysterious and rare creatures. Appearance. The Frilled Gozer is relatively easy to identify, as it is one of the smaller lizard species living in Madagascar at approximately 15 centimetres. They are covered in shiny green scales that glisten in the Madagascan sunlight, and they have a distinguishable frilled hood, which is a reddy orangey colour. Interestingly, the adult gozer's scales are a darker green colour, which enables them to hide camouflaged in the canopy treetops. On the other hand, the juveniles are born with a yellowish tinge to their skin, and their fiery hoods do not grow until they reach the age of 2. Habitat. Almost unbelievably, the Frilled Gozers have only ever been found living in the rainforests of Madagascar, particularly in the canopy treetops of the famous kapuk tree. It is believed that they live in these habitats because there are very few predators and food is plentiful. Most Frilled Gozers like to build their nests high up in the leafy trees of the kapuk tree in order to protect their young, and because they only fly at night, they are very rarely seen by humans. Did you remember the text, Year 6? Well done if you did. Step 3 today. I would now like you to spend 10 minutes rereading your work from yesterday. Read it aloud. If there is an adult in the room, read it to them. Are there any spelling or grammar errors? Does it make sense? And is it interesting for the reader? Use your black editing pens to correct and or improve yesterday's work. Remember, 10 minutes, pause this video, off you go. Number 4, grammar. We are going to build some interesting sentences today. So we're going to practice building interesting, informative sentences using my Amazonian kingfisher as an example. So the waggle, in my plan, I simply wrote easy to identify, small, 15 centimetres. We now have to turn this into an interesting sentence to put into my writing. here is what I did. So, initially I opened the sentence. So, this type of kingfisher is relatively easy to identify. So, I added an adverb to tell the reader how easy it was to identify. I then added a conjunction and told the reader why they're easy to identify. This type of kingfisher is relatively easy to identify as they are one of the smaller, plumper species of kingfisher living in Brazil. I explained how they could be identified using two adjectives, as they are one of the smaller, plumper species of kingfisher living in Brazil. I also added at the end some parentheses or brackets to put some factual information. So I've told the reader they are easy to identify as they are smaller and plumper, but now I'm going to add the size, which is approximately 15 centimetres. First of all, I would like you to copy the waggle above into your books. I've highlighted it here. Pause the video now and copy this waggle. This should only take you 2 minutes. Go. Now, there are 3 more bullet points from my kingfisher plan below. I would like you to turn these into interesting sentences in the same way we did above. So I have bright feathers, blue on their back, red on their belly, and a feathery tuft on its head. It has a long sharp beak and it has a short tail that helps them turn in the water. There is some vocabulary that would help. Now write me 3 sentences about my kingfisher. This should take you 10 minutes. Pause the video, off you go. Now, I would like you to write me 3 more interesting sentences, but this time about your chosen animal. Put the name of the animal and underline it, and then write 3 sentences underneath. This is going to take you 10 minutes. Pause the video, write me your 3 sentences, off you go. Finally today, here is your main task. You are going to write the next 2 paragraphs of your non-chronological report using the plan you made on Monday. These will be paragraphs about your animal's appearance and habitat. We would normally do this as a class together, but we can't do this right now, so I have included the next 2 paragraphs about my Amazonian kingfisher. Please use my writing as a guide to help. Remember, I'm not testing your knowledge of animals, I'm testing your creative writing skills. Here is my example to help, should you need it. Pause the video at any point to help. Good luck with today's work, Year 6. I look forward to reading your 2 final paragraphs about appearance and habitat.